Hi, my name is Jayden. I am a rising sophomore at Xavier High School, and this is my final milestone for my main project, the Color Chameleon. I'm going to demonstrate my project. So basically, I take a color, I put it over the color sensor, and then it copies that color and then sends it through the NeoPixels. I'll use different colors. Orange, well, yellow, pink, pink, blue. Well, blue's not. There we go. And black, if I put the color black to my color sensor, it should turn it off because it's not reading any of the RGB values, because black is 0 for red, green, and blue. So there are a few things different from my last video that I did for my main project. I've actually switched my Arduino board, and I've put everything on a breadboard to make my connections easier, so then I don't have to go and have wires everywhere. Well, these are a bit messy now, but it made everything easier when I was making all the connections between my color sensor and my NeoPixel to my Arduino. I switched my Arduino from the Uno to the Nano because the code for the color sensor and the NeoPixels worked better for the Nano than it did for the Uno, so it made my life easier in just making the actual thing work and everything. A few frustrating things about this when I was actually switching things over is that I had to make the proper connections from the breadboard, so then power would flow throughout all of the breadboards. These are 2 breadboards that I'm using right now. They're connected to each other, so I had to make connections I had to make connections from each breadboard to each other, so then power would flow through all of it and I would actually be able to use it, because only one breadboard would not be enough space to make all my connections. Another frustrating thing about remaking the connections and everything was the wiring itself, trying to putting the wires in the proper place so it could correlate with the code, because it was a nightmare in all places and it was just really hard. After I made my connections and got through all the all through my frustrations, I went and uploaded the code to my Arduino, and then it was able to send the RGB values that the color sensor was picking up, and then send it throughout the NeoPixel strip, and it was really fun after I was able to actually get it completed. One thing that I could take away from my time at Blue Stamp and my project together is that engineering isn't exactly the easiest thing, and you really have to keep your head up through many of your frustrations, because there are many days where I was just very frustrated with myself because I wasn't making the proper connections and it wasn't running properly because I had put one pin in the wrong socket and it made the entire thing not work correctly, and it was just very aggravating. But yeah.